you look for the exam as a PMI in the PMI mode. Just switch off whatever background, whatever practical experience you had. First thing, and the second thing is that you have to get your agile mindset very well going
You have to
to
get
pass this.
Anand just cleared PMP like 10 minutes ago. Ali have cleared PMP with above target. Congratulations, Raheel, on clearing your PMP in first attempt. You cleared PMP exam with 5 above target. The best thing that anyone can do. 5 above target. Ladies and gentlemen, second student in 3 days, 5 above target.
I didn't expect it that I will get this result. I thought that I will be like target or like above target.
Thanks to you. Without your dedication and guidance, it was impossible for me.
You can see it is clear to you. Above target, above target, above target, above target. Do I have to read film book? Do I have said no? Like whenever he heard like this guy have read 5 times film book so many times, you always get confused and come back to me. I kept on saying him, you are going to clear, just read one time. And that's what he did.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
yeah, just cleared PMP like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly. 30 minutes back, I just cleared it.
Okay, so the journey of PMP is very fascinating, and yeah, it's more fascinating in a way. He's a civil engineer, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I am a civil engineer.
And
Exactly.
how much PMP exam was predictive?
It was 20%, to tell you the truth.
I remember like 2 days ago, I had a conversation with Ahab, and he said, I again reconfirmed that you're a civil engineer. He said, yes. I said, forget about predictive. I'm sure you will cover it. Focus, agile, agile, agile. And
That really helped, sir. That really helped me a great deal. Actually, whatever content was very specific and it was very brief at the same time. Just reviewing it. Even I reviewed today in the morning because I had my exam in the afternoon. So I reviewed it in the morning as well. But that was really helpful.
thank you. Okay, Ahab, let's talk about exam a little bit more. Since you already mentioned the exam agile in one way or another, like 70-80% of the exam was agile, right?
Yeah.
So when we say agile or hybrid, so what was the more focus? Was it to values or business environment? How was exam structured?
Well, actually, there were many questions which was, saying that the project shifted from predictive to hybrid and then agile. So like there were even there, you can say if you say that there were also hybrid questions as well in the exam, and and there were many scenarios which was dictating the fact that it started off from predictive and few portion of the project shifted to agile. Now, how would you react to the situation based on that?
Okay. So how you reacted based on that? Why don't you walk through?
Well, the basic concept which you told me to keep in mind was the servant leadership concept.
Okay.
So I was, while assessing all the options, I was keeping that thing in my mind. Being a servant leader, what sort of behavior and what sort of reactions you should give to the scenarios, and that helped me a lot, I believe, because I was just, checking my detailed report. I scored above target on people, so I believe, I reacted the right way. That's why I got more on that.
Okay. So when you are moving from predictive to agile, you need to read about servant leadership. Always, like I have been saying this thing in a very loud manner for last 2 months, servant leadership, servant leadership. And in our
Yeah,
region, specifically in Punjab, I would say that there is also a word known as khadme ala. I always compare
yeah. Exactly.
it.
That thing actually, help a lot to memorize the situation.
Yeah,
How would we react to that?
you need to anchor it. And for everyone, please remember, summer leadership is just like father or mother, how you cared about it. Okay, let's talk about communication. How much important communication was in exam?
Well, if I sum it up, resources chapter, communication, and stakeholder. they were the predominant things in the exam.
Okay, okay. And what about
So risk was there. There were match and drag and drop questions pertaining to risk, related to the risk response, like avoid, mitigate, transfer, and there were scenarios related to risk. I think risk was also there, but cost was very much less. There was no numerical based question, not at all. In just few of the questions, the CPI and SPI was given. It was just as a distractor, I believe, but there was no numerical based question, not even one.
No numerical based
And
question, no critical path question, right?
no critical path question, none.
Okay, okay. So people can actually skip the critical part topic because, in my opinion, for non-scheduler, the person who is not a scheduler, just for exam perspective, not for knowledge perspective, just for exam perspective, if you skip critical path, I think you can get easily past the exam, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm on the same opinion with you. Yes.
Okay. So coming back to the, again, predictive areas, how much exam was basically how projects are selected, project selection techniques?
There were a few questions related to that as well. Yes. There was a scenario given which I just vaguely remember. Question was talking about that these were the things which were reviewed by the sponsor dictated something to the project manager, and he was reviewing the benefits for doing that project. So I couldn't exactly remember the question, but there was something related to that.
No,
I don't know. Sorry, I couldn't exactly.
Just let me put it something. You are not allowed to share the real question with anyone.
All right.
Yeah. Even if you remembered, I would never ask you that, because according to PMI codes of ethics, what we are trying to get is lesson learns. That is more important.
All right.
Real questions, that is not allowed at all. Okay.
All right.
So,
but there was a question pertaining to project selection criteria. Yes.
Project selection criteria. Okay. So what about change request? Change request and
change request. Yes, there were many scenarios related to change and conflict. I remember, I read the Rita book, and there is a whole way of dealing with the changes. There are 4 steps. So I followed those steps. At first you have to evaluate all the impact.
Yes, please tell the steps. Please elaborate.
Yeah, the first one is that you have to evaluate the impact. Then you have to identify, then you have to look for the options. Then the third is that you should go for the CCB, control board, change control board.
Okay, let me just elaborate it for everyone. Now we have a change control procedure. Now, previously change control was very important. If we have given exam in 2020, it's not that much important now. What you just mentioned is actually right for predictive, but for agile, what to do?
Yeah, for agile, there is no CCB. Yes.
Yes, there is no CCB. Product owner has to,
because changes are actually very much welcomed in the agile concept.
Yes, very well welcomed, and on the priority of those change requests, product backlog is reprioritized by the product owner.
Yes, exactly.
So that's a good way to say it. Okay. So what about procurement? Because one of my students passed exam in the morning, actually 6 a.m. So he says that procurement was highly touched in the exam. What about you?
Yeah, it was there. Procurement was there, yes. So, I was surprised to see that, yes, because I wasn't expecting much of the procurement questions, but there was many, in fact. I think there were 10 to 15 odd questions from procurement.
How it was like procurement? Were they about contract related? Were they about project management authority, claims?
It was dealing with conflict within that. If I tell you that there was a scenario when the seller didn't perform well, how would you react on that, being a project manager?
Yes. Okay.
And there was not exactly the contractual types of that, like their cost reimbursable, time and material. There was no question pertaining to that. So the scenario was given with the procurement overview in the question.
Okay, so more of a claims thing. Again, coming to the people area, I would say again moving more towards people area. So
yeah,
the conflict was there. Any question regarding close project or close procurement?
There was one. There was one question related to close procurement. I remember I took as an option for that question. So definitely there must be, the things are pertaining to that.
Okay. So how many drag and drop questions?
They were, I think they were 7 to 8. Yes.
So
And they were time consuming.
my drags and drop helped there.
Yes, sir. It helped me to actually, link how it's gonna come. Yeah, there was exactly same question as yours. That Tuckman leadership. The the ladder.
Yeah, that is compulsory. Like for 2-3 questions, I am saying Tuckman ladder will be there. Risk responses will be there.
Yeah, that was there.
Conflict escalations will be there. So
this was also related to Agile. There were few questions of drag and drop related to Agile as well. All the risk, what is it, 353 concept which you gave in your presentation. Those were Agile artifacts.
Yeah, product documents, product owner role. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there was a scenario given and you have to match that, what scenario matches to what tool.
Okay, so tools also important. So drags and drops are actually, I would say they are time consuming, but in my personal opinion, they carry more percentage in your exam.
Yeah, that's what you said to me. That's why I was, staying focused doing that questions.
That's my own personal opinion. I have a meeting right now with my ATP. She's from basically very near to PM. I am going to ask her actually is that so or not. But in my personal opinion, this seems to be a common sense. The question having multiple options, the question iterated in this way, they have to have more values. Okay. So coming to the more important questions now. So how was your mindset in Agile? How you made your Agile mindset? That is okay, servant leadership is there. You are from predictive environment. And with all the cultures, even if you are software engineer, civil engineering, all those things, how you converted your mindset to Agile mindset?
Actually, for that exam matter, I put my switch off, considering me as a civil engineer, and I was in the PMIism mode. I was just, taking the questions that, I'm in the PMI mode.
Now, that is a beautiful answer. I loved it, man. I really loved it. You have to answer into PMI mode. You have to follow PMism to become project manager. Okay. Anything else you would like to specify? You have given us a lot of your inputs. So anything more specific?
Well, I tell you, sir, basically there are 2 breaks after 60 questions. I took really long during the first break. I would say in the first module. I took around 80 minutes. I was just, watching one of your videos in which you said that there should be 70, 70, 70. So I was following the same thing, but actually I occupied a lot of time in the first module. And, at that point in time, I was a bit, carried away that, I would be able to complete the remaining 120 questions. But Alhamdulillah, I forgot all about the past and I was like, let's stay focused in the coming question and, get it right. And Alhamdulillah, I completed it 5 minutes before the stipulated time.
Yeah, it is. This makes sense. Normally people take even 90 or 100 minutes in the first area. What I have given 70 is the standard time. But generally the first area, I even said that plus minus 10 minutes. So you should have 70 minutes, but for the first section, you can get it 80 minutes because most of the time you will be able to do the last questions in less time. But 70 is the way. And I really love the way you remain so calm because the student who cleared in the morning, his story is fascinating. Actually, we had a coaching call while he was jogging. He came to the exam, he cleared the exam in the home. He was so tired, he went to jogging, he called me, said, now I want to record the session on jogging. So he actually had 15 minutes for last 30 questions.
Oh. So did he manage the time well in the end?
He just read the last line and kept on going. What is the purpose of saying that? The thing is that the way you did, it's not a single question or 10 question game. It's a 180 question game.
Yeah.
You have to plan 70 minutes or plus minus 10 minutes. But at the end of the day, what you did is an excellent way for everyone who are going to give PMP exam. Stay calm, stay focused. Even you get maybe you have done 100 minutes on the 60 question, not recommended at all, but what's done is done. You cannot change that. Focus on the remaining one. Focus on the remaining one.
Exactly.
Target is
remaining.
target is to go through 180
complete
questions.
180 questions. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
Any
Another
final
thing,
advice? Yes.
anything that I would want to add is, there were also questions, in which I have to choose two options. Like there were 5 or 7 of them, in which I have to go for two options. I found those a bit easier because they were very close. They were like 7 to 8 options, and you have to choose two options, two best options.
Okay. So they were
So I
easy.
was finding those. I was finding those easy because you don't have to pick one. Nah? So I was like, that's something of my thing.
Okay, that's a good thing. If these questions are easy, then that's a positive. That's a positive.
Positive thing.
The more thing is that now, just for your information, I have made 90 more drag and drop.
So that's great.
Yeah, at that time,
And
when I was actually working in the progress. That's why I said, okay, do this one. These are the most important. I knew actually these are the most important. Do that. So now for further students, I will be uploading a coaching call on that also. So
when I was solving that Tuckman leadership question, your message came in my mind. That you send me the same question.
No, that's a coincidence. Basically, what I do, how I make the questions, I don't make myself. All the questions. All like,
right.
you are a successful candidate, I will ask you to make maybe 5 or 10 questions. Not the same question
sure.
exam, but a different question. Similarly, all students, like we have 28 students in this year that has cleared the exam and 111 students in last year. When all of them make 5 questions, so those questions actually becomes just like PMI questions.
Yeah, coincidentally, and of course, because the concept is same. Because I would say the risk. There was another question related to communication. If what I remember vaguely, in the drag and drop question, there was some scenario given, and what communication tool you would opt for it.
Okay, so then what you do?
Like what communication mode you will do for it, and there were like 6 options on the right, 6 on the left, and you have to match the relevant options.
Okay. Yeah. Any last advice?
Sir, I would just say that 2 important things. First is that you stay, you look for the exam as a PMI in the PMI mode. Just switch off whatever background, whatever practical experience you had. First thing. And the second thing is that you have to get your agile mindset very well going.
You have to get
pass this
agile mindset. Thank you, Yap. Thank you very much for your time. And I hope.
Thank you so very much again. You really helped me in this journey of passing the exam. And I am really impressed with all your videos. I've watched like plenty. To tell you the truth, I watched like many of them, specifically related to Agile. And there was also an hour-long video. When I was watching that video, my mom came to me and she was like, "Are you watching a movie or something?" So that really helped. And I'm really impressed the way you are taking your coaching and your management of all that stuff. Mashallah, you're doing a great job, sir. I really appreciate your efforts, and I wish you all the best in all your future endeavors.
Thank you, Yap. Thank you.